Okay, so I'm all set up on my machine. I've got my little pin here. I'm at the starting point. I'm going to go around this way because it's easier with my machine positioned here that it'll give me the clearance that I need. So it's just a little bit easier, but you can position it and start kind of wherever you'd like. And I'm going to simply use the template as a way to control the shape that I'm doing. I'm just pushing gently up against the template, using the gloves to help me hold on to everything on the top. Okay, so now that I have my first side done, I rotated my ruler around, and now I can line this line up with my last half, and I can keep going. Okay, so now I'm all lined up, and I'm going to do my second half of my ruler. Okay, so we just walked you through how to sew around using the ruler. And I just wanted to show you some of the different designs that you can do. I'm going to use a pen because I think it's a little faster to show you the concept. But again, this pin, which I have an extra one here, a thumbtack, goes into your fabric. If you choose to, you can use it to help you line up. You could also mark your fabric, and that would be fine as well. It just really depends on the technique that's comfortable for you. So I have this little thing here that is a 1/4 inch, and so I'm going to use it to show you what the stitching lines would actually look like using these, because it's going to keep my pen a 1/4 inch away from the ruler, which is exactly what the ruler foot would do. You can see the different designs that you have here. We first did a flower, oops, which I can show you here. So if I'd be stitching around this, you can see I've got half my flower now. And then when I rotate it, sorry, I messed up my little, I basically line it back up with the other side. You can also rotate it as you're sewing, but I feel like if you do half of it at a time, it's a little easier. And then I basically just continue my sewing. So now I have a full, try to zoom the camera out here so you can see. I have a full flower. My thing is still in the center here. Okay, so now that I have my flower, I can start to do some other designs with my ruler. So for this one, I'm just going to create some hearts, and I can simply stitch right across the top. So I'm actually going to take my little point out here. I'm going to line this up knowing that about a 1/4 inch. And I want to go point to point here, and the ruler is just going to be used as a straight line. And I would stitch across the middle, and then I would stitch across here. Sorry, I just want to make sure you guys can see the mark. And then you can see it makes 4 hearts. If I want to continue with those lines and make more of a petal pattern, then I simply add more lines across the middle. And then I will end up with a cute flower. Sorry, I have my photo stand up there. It's going to conflict with this just a little bit across the top. And I end up with a petal pattern. So those are some simple designs you can do. The other thing that you can do is actually line this up so that you end up with a different starting place. So you see I have lines here in the center of my petals. I can line up the center back to my original point here, and then I'm going to have points in the middle of my flowers to make a little bit more of an elaborate design. And again, my camera stand is a little bit in the way, so I'm just going to move it a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. And I simply rotate it again and line it up on both sides so that I can continue my design across. And now I have a different, more elaborate design by doing my outside edge twice.